Nobody gets it. Valentine's Day is such a hard time for single people. It's big 2023 and you're still complaining that you're single on Valentine's Day? Please. You don't know how blessed you are. I have celebrated February 14th for the last 3 years in a row alone and had a blast. So this is how you're going to make Valentine's 2023 the best day ever for yourself. 1, you're going to make a booking, make some reservations because these plans are a priority and so are you. After you've made your booking, you're going to start planning your outfit and your makeup and your hair. You're going to get so glam for this solo date. Just as if you had a date for Valentine's Day and you'd wear your best perfume and your best makeup and spend hours getting ready, you're going to do that for yourself because you're the one who deserves it the most. 3, you're going to get flowers and chocolates delivered to your house with a note that says from me to me, because why not? 4, you're going to buy that thing you've been wanting for ages and get yourself a Valentine's Day gift. And 5, you're going to do some self-care, you're going to do some self-love and inner work, and you are going to journal. I challenge you today, before February comes, you have to journal a list of 10 things you love about yourself. Internally, externally, whatever. You are literally going to jot down how grateful you are to look the way you look, to act the way you act, to have the personality traits that you have. I need you to take this activity seriously and realize how much of a catch you are, and that being single on Valentine's Day isn't a bad thing. You are just so worthy and so attractive that you need to be extra fussy with who you're giving your time and energy to. So it's a great thing that you're single on Valentine's Day, because at least you're not settling for less.
So I used to think that Indian women were more traditional. But after watching this video, I get why you've been single for over 3 years, lady. I mean, who wants to deal with all that? All the things she lists in that solo date is part of why the Western media is always pushing the idea of being single and embrace the 3 or 4 phase. Companies want women to remain single and spending all their money on handbags, restaurants, beauty products and pet shops instead of starting a family and building a legacy. By promoting the idea of solo living, business can make more profits by selling products and services specifically targeted towards single women.
Let's talk about the 5 most important things being single on Valentine's Day taught me. I've learned that being alone actually puts you closer to finding real love than the people who are trying to make the wrong relationship work. People who are in the wrong relationship first have to break up with the wrong person, then heal from a soul-crushing heartbreak, and then get back out there and find the right person. If you're alone, at worst you have to get over a soul-crushing heartbreak and then find the right person, and at best you've already healed and you just have to go find the right person. You really can buy yourself flowers, but you can also buy yourself literally anything else, and you don't need Valentine's Day as an excuse to treat yourself. Being single on Valentine's Day is better than being in a situationship where you question your sanity while waiting for the call, the text, the gift, or the love that never comes. 6 years ago, I was ghosted on Valentine's Day by a man who had spent the previous 6 weeks texting me from morning until night every day, and it taught me that I would choose feeling lonely any day over feeling anxious. I don't miss Valentine's Day prefix menus. I will never understand why restaurants feel like giving me fewer options to choose from on a holiday would ever be my preferred way to dine. Like, just let me order off your regular menu. Romantic love is just one type of love, and a life well lived is comprised of many types of love. The love that my family and friends gave me during my most soul-crushing heartbreaks taught me that being single doesn't have to mean being unloved. So let this day be a reminder that you are so loved, and if you need more of a reminder, join me on my Valentine's Day Live at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Can't wait to see you there, biddies.
Hey Pocahontas, don't expect Chad or Lee to buy you flowers this Valentine's Day. Sure, you could go buy yourself another toy to use in bed alone. Although I'm sure you've got a pretty impressive collection by now. Romantic love isn't the only type of love. It's just a way of saying you've got a bunch of friends with benefits and don't want a serious relationship. Being single may be trending fun now, but in 10 years time, you won't be worth as much, even if you put on truckloads of makeup.
Hot take, I actually really love Valentine's Day. I do, because you don't need to be in a relationship to celebrate love, even though it is more fun that way. There's plenty of other relationships you can celebrate, right? With yourself, your friends, your mom, well, maybe not with her. Like, imagine having to get somebody a gift right now, you know, and then he opens it and he's like, I love this, and you're like, I knew you would, and he's like, you know me so well, and you're like, yeah, you do. It's literally a made-up holiday, you know what I mean? It's you know, I would absolutely go on a date. Oh, you guys have plans? That's fun. Traders! I'm kidding, have fun. Do you want to meet up after that? I can buy myself flowers. Again, and again, and again.
You're trying to pretend that you don't care about being single on Valentine's Day, but let's be real here. We all know that you'll be drowning your sorrows in an ice cream, sobbing into your pillow. I mean, it's a sad, lonely existence, isn't it? Spending the most romantic day of the year all by yourself with nothing to keep you company. But don't worry, you can always tell yourself that you're embracing the single life and being independent. Sure, because being alone on the one day of the year that's dedicated to love and relationship is really the essence of independence, right? Don't even try to pretend that you don't feel a little bit sad about it. It's okay, at least you have TikTok. That's something, I guess.
This could be a hot take, but honestly, at this point in my life, I'd rather just be single until I go to heaven than marry a non-believer. Yeah, that's it.
Please don't hide behind your religion to defend being single. There are billions of people in Christianity, and there are hundreds of thousands of traditional men who would marry a young Christian in her 20s today, even more if she's a virgin. Although, with that nose ring on your face, I don't think you have the option to offer.
Broke up with my boyfriend February 3rd, and Valentine's Day came right around. And instead of being sad and potentially self-sabotaging by entertaining him and going back to him, I thought to myself, I should make a list. And on that list, I had 3 categories: ideal me, ideal man, ideal relationship. And as I started going down the ideal man, ideal relationship, I said, yeah, he not it. So instead of sitting in the hurt and the sadness about your dreams that will not come to fruition, when the tears dissipate, get up, check in with your personal goal, and create some new ones.
Why do modern women always ruin relationships? And why after they ruin the relationships, they go online and proclaim that being single is good and other women should also be single? And another thing, why can they have all these requirements and lists about a man, but we can even ask them to be fit, feminine, and friendly?
My resolution? Airstrikes. Bomb them. Bomb them, keep bombing them.
Valentine's Day is quickly approaching, and I was driving to get takeout today, which 10 out of 10. And I was thinking about how it's going to be my first Valentine's Day single in like a few years, right? So I was like, what do you miss about being with him on Valentine's Day? Do you miss like him complaining about having to do something, or like you always making the plans? Or do you miss not getting flowers, not getting a bottle of wine? What is it, really? So if you're out there sad because you're single on Valentine's Day, just know that there are girls out there in relationships who are also sad on Valentine's Day. You're not missing anything. Your time will come. And Valentine's Day is just a Hallmark holiday.
It is clear that your ex-boyfriend isn't missing out on anything. He's probably spending Valentine's Day with a woman who is 10 years younger than you, more lively, joyful, and probably knows how to cook. You may say that you're happy, but the reality is that you're eating alone at home, dressed like a teenager in high school. The truth is, he's moved on and is enjoying his life while you're still stuck in the past. It's not a surprise that you're feeling sad and lonely on this day that celebrates love and romance. But don't feel sorry for her, folks.
Valentine's Day is literally knocking on the door, and I know that the only person that you want to spend this day with is your ex. But stop. Don't you dare reach out. If you do, the only thing that's going to do is put more pressure on them and kind of reaffirm to them why they need more space and push them further away, which we don't want. And I know that you're worried that if they're not spending it with you, they're going to be spending it with somebody else. But we don't know this for sure, so don't hurt yourself worrying about it. I know this day is going to be painful, and it's going to be very hard to get through it. It always is when you're going through a breakup. Couples everywhere, love everywhere, just constant reminders of what you don't have right now but you want so bad. So here's what you're going to do about it. You're not going to reach out to them. You're certainly not going to invite them out for Valentine's Day. Even if you are on talking terms, avoid, unless they suggest it to you, which is kind of different. Avoid social media for the day. Turn off your phone if you have to. There'll be too many reminders on there that you don't want to see. Go for a walk somewhere you haven't been before. Travel a little bit. Get yourself out of a normal routine. Make plans with other single friends. Or turn it into a self-care day all about you.
Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and every year I tell myself this is the last year that you're going to be single on Valentine's Day. It never is. And truth be told, I've actually never been on a proper Valentine's Day. I've never been asked to be somebody's Valentine. This year is going to be no different, to be honest, because there's nobody in my life at the moment. I have 100% accepted the fact that I will be single for probably another few years, and I feel like that's okay too. I also feel like I've been really unlucky with men my whole life, so that's sort of caused like a little, some trauma for me for sure. I am convinced that all men are the same. Now, I must admit that when I was younger, I was very toxic. I think it's the Spanish side of me that made me toxic. Maybe not, maybe it's just my personality. To be honest with you, I don't even like going on dates. It makes me really, really fucking nervous. I mean, I do like dates, I just hate the build up to the date. And also nowadays with social media, everyone's like, oh, you're that girl from TikTok. Don't start a conversation with me like that. It makes me believe that you're in there for the wrong intentions. Save your comments of, oh, I can take you out on a date. Please don't. Like, it's not gonna happen.
Let me translate what she said. I had no luck with Chad or Tyrone, and they left me with a trauma for the rest of my life. I can no longer relate to anyone, and even when I give a chance to a simp who follows me on the internet, I don't have the same desire that I had with the alphas I was in a relationship with. And no, lady, it's not your Spanish side that made you this way, but your American side, after years of college.
Truthfully, it's a luxury to be single. For many things, but mainly because can't no one claim me. Can't no one say that's my girl. I just feel like a lot of people tend to neglect the fact that being single is a time where you have to discover yourself, where you have time to make decisions for yourself and not think about someone else's input or someone else's feelings. It's a time period where you can truly discover yourself and find out what you like, find out who you want to be. You gotta learn to love yourself 100% fully before you even can love somebody else and pour into that other person. So if you don't feel like you can love yourself at the moment, why are you seeking relationships? If you can't love yourself, how you think you're gonna love that person? How you even think you're gonna accept their love? And I'm not even gonna lie, love is a beautiful thing, 100%. I understand why people want to be in relationships, but at the same time, life is beautiful without a partner. If you enjoy yourself, you're gonna have a good time. So with that being said, I know Valentine's around the corner, and genuinely take yourself out on a date. If you're single, I don't want no more bashing about single people. Being single is a blessing. It's a luxury. Your time will come when your time will come. Your partner's waiting there for you. Don't just date around and get in relationships just because it's convenient. Conveniency sometimes will inconvenience you in the long run. Take this time to pour into you and to 100% take care of you. Be single. Be 100% fully single. Embrace it.
Being single is indeed a blessing, especially when you get to spend countless hours scrolling through social media, comparing yourself to all the happy couples and wondering why you can't seem to find love. The best part is having all the time in the world to do nothing and never having to share the bed or the remote control with anyone. Who needs the love and support of a partner when you have all the ice cream in the freezer and a cat? Can you think of a more selfish and individualistic being than a modern woman? It's all about me, me, me. There is no room for serving the man. We greatly appreciate your time and interest in our video. Thank you for watching.